I think having a child would make me hate my life.
So she goes on for over 4 minutes talking about all the reasons that she doesn't want to ever have children. And they're basically all very, very selfish.
So, a child-free by choice woman decided to just list the things, the beautiful reasons why she doesn't want to have a child. And there was a mom one place saying that those are selfish reasons. Why would you even think about that? Don't you think about when you're 60, when you're 70? Why were you even thinking about what's going to happen to your body? Let me show you the video.
Want children. I have never wanted children, so here are more reasons why I think having a child would make me hate my life.
So she goes on for over 4 minutes talking about all the reasons that she doesn't want to ever have children. And they're basically all very, very selfish reasons. I don't want to have to destroy my body to have a child. I don't want to have to give any of my time or energy to them when I'm tired. I want to do what I want all the time, and I never want to have to do what somebody else wants. Being selfish is not ever something we should be proud of or brag about on the internet. But also, these women and people like her are not considering what they're going to feel like when they're 60, 70, 80 years old. And they're going to be a point in the future where they will probably have some regret about that. Maybe they won't, but I think there's a good chance of it. And also, ending up alone in your old age is a very, very sad and lonely state of life. And I don't think she's thinking about that. Hopefully, it's just her youth talking, and as she matures, she will find that desire and be a really good mom.
I have come to realize that mothers like this are miserable mothers. I've come to realize that when a child-free by choice woman is giving you reasons, in fact, she's saying, if a woman just said, I don't want to have a child, and you have children, and the next thing that comes to your head is asking, why don't you want to have a child? And they give you reasons that's selfish to you, and you're like, think about when you're 60 or when you're 70. So basically, you're telling them that what's going to happen to you when you're old? Have children because you're going to grow old one day and you're going to need them. I've come to realize that mothers that are always, trying to look down on child by choice women are miserable mothers. I've come to realize that, and I think I am right. You guys, what is your take on this video? I have a interesting reaction on this video, so let's watch this video together, and I'll see you at the end of the videos.
I think having a child would make me hate my life.
So she goes on for over 4 minutes talking about all the reasons that she doesn't want to ever have children. And they're basically all very, very selfish reasons.
Hey girl, I feel connected to you because we share the same name, except I'm Laura, you're Laura. So Laura to Laura, let me explain a few things.
I don't want to have to destroy my body to have a child.
Me
I
neither.
don't want to have to give any of my time or energy to them when I'm tired.
If I'm tired, I want to take a nap.
I
I mean, that all sounds pretty reasonable to me. Someone's expressing that they don't want to have children. Why would you want them to have children? When you keep saying that all her reasonings were selfish, selfish to whom? Selfish to my fertile eggs? No, like really, selfish to whom?
Being selfish is not ever something we should be proud of or brag about on the internet.
Laura, but it is something to be proud of. Here I am bragging that I was a speaker at San Diego Comic-Con. This is me very excited about spending 2 months in Japan. I traveled to Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Nagoya, and look at that smile. That's the smile of a child-free woman. And look, I even went to a concert in Japan. All because I'm so selfish. And all of this also because I'm selfish. But look at my clamp collection. Yes, that's right. That's Kobato. A complete set of Suwasa Reservoir Chronicles. Laura, aka spoil your spouse. I got no spouse to spoil. Instead, I just spoil myself. Maybe give it a try. It's fun doing things for yourself.
Women and people like her are not considering what they're going to feel like when they're 60, 70, 80.
Bruh. I'm so sorry. Do you really think that me at 36 years old is thinking that far in the future? I don't even know if I'm gonna be alive that long. To be quite frank, I'm surprised I'm still alive right now. I'll worry about what's gonna happen when I get there. And trust me, at my 60s, I think the last thing I'm gonna think about is, man, I wish I would have had a child. I'll figure it out once I get there. I got bigger things to worry about, like being more selfish and think about where else I can travel to next. So Laura, let's calm down. Focus on spoiling your spouse since that's your brand. Now I'll worry about my brand, which is being selfish, because I love myself. I'm selfish and I'm proud. Salud.
More reasons why I think having a child would make me hate my life.
So she goes on for over 4 minutes talking about all the reasons that she doesn't want to ever have children. And they're basically all very, very selfish reasons. Selfish is not ever something we should be proud of or brag about on the internet. And also, ending up alone in your old age is a very, very sad and lonely state of life.
My husband and I have adult children, and we have always told our children to not have kids. Not told them to delay having kids. We've just told them to straight up don't have them. These women who are basically shaming other women, it's mostly geared towards women, about them being selfish and how being a mother is the only thing that can bring you pure joy. I call bullshit. I am a mom. I was a single parent for a long time. I have 2 children of my own. My husband has a child. We have been together since our kids were tiny, and our youngest is 24, our oldest is 28, and none of them have kids, and we are happy for them. My daughter just got back from a national park where she was camping in her car for several days, and this weekend she's in another state with her boyfriend visiting his family and friends. Be able to get around and travel like she wanted to if she had children. My oldest is living in another state, enjoying himself, and my middle son is also living and enjoying himself, and we love that our kids do not have children. There are so many things and experiences that I didn't get to do as a young parent that I did not want my children to go through. I wanted them to be able to experience things and have fun. And if they never have kids, my husband and I are fine with that. The narrative of mothers shaming women who don't want to have kids is absolutely ridiculous, and I feel like they're projecting. Enjoy that my children don't have kids. I love the fact that they are living their lives and that some of their friends are not experiencing the things that they can because they have a whole bunch of kids. Kids are not the end-all joy for your life. There are so many other things that you can do. Traveling, going to school, enjoying yourself, buying things that you want, just experiencing life without having to take care of somebody else. These women that are on here always talking crap about women who are childless remind me of a phrase that my grandma used to tell me all the time. Misery loves company.
I don't want children. I have never wanted children. So here are more reasons why I think having a child would make me hate my life.
So she goes on for over 4 minutes talking about all the reasons that she doesn't want to ever have children. And they're basically all very, very selfish reasons. She will find that desire and be a really good mom.
I have said it before and I will say it again. I will scream it from the rooftops. Not everyone should be or wants to be a parent. And the right to decide to not have children should be respected by everybody. It may not be a choice that you would make, but it should be respected.
I don't want children. I have never wanted children. So here are more reasons why I think having a child would make me hate my life.
So she goes on for over 4 minutes talking about all the reasons that she doesn't want to ever have children. And they're basically all very, very selfish reasons. I don't want to have to destroy my body.
This is a very valid reason, in my opinion. Yes, a woman's body changes incredibly due to childbirth.
To have a child, I don't want to have to give any of my time or energy to them when I'm tired. I want to do what I want all the time, and I never want to have to do what somebody else wants.
Once again, totally valid. Yes, having a family, having children is going to take time away from ourselves. So somebody wanting that, to keep that.
Being selfish is not ever something we should be proud of or brag about on the internet. But also, these women and people like her are not considering what they're going to feel like when they're 60, 70, 80 years old. And they're going to be a point in the future where they will probably have some regret about that.
So let me see if I have this straight based on what she's saying. Is women should have children and families just so that they have someone to take care of them when they are old.
They're old, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And keep them company, I guess. Mm-hmm. So all those people, those older people who are in nursing homes right now, who are not being visited or taken care of by their children, there's no guarantee of that. Do I think that it is a selfish move for women to not have children by choice? No, absolutely not. Am I concerned that they're being selfish? Nope. Because There is no one out there that is going to take care of you as well as you will. I am an older person. I am almost 60. I do have an adult child. He does visit. He does hang out with me, but I don't rely on him for ultimate companionship. I do not rely on him to take care of me in my old age.
That's for sure.
That's me. And that's how it should be for everyone. My opinion.
The reasons that she doesn't want to ever have children, and they're basically all very, very selfish reasons. I don't want to have to destroy my body to have a child. I don't want to have to give any of my...
Hey Laura, how's it going? 38-year-old child-free by choice woman here as well. And I wanted to respond to your video regarding the fact that you confidently believe that women choosing not to have children is selfish. And I wanted to challenge you on that, because which is more selfish? A woman who understands and has the awareness of what it takes to have a child, provide for that child, and make sure that child grows up in a safe and healthy environment, okay? To understand and have that awareness, and then realize, take a step back, that I don't have that capacity. I don't have it right now. I don't know if I'm gonna ever have it. I don't know if I'll ever want to have that capacity. And to understand that is not fair for that child. You call that selfish. I call that selfless. Stay with me, I'm not done. Or is it more selfish for when I always think about this when women say things like this. I always think about these scenarios. I personally know in my own life a handful of people that have willingly chosen to have a child or bring another child into their life in hopes to save their relationship or marriage. Newsflash, all of those couples are now divorced. Because they selfishly thought bringing in another baby in this world will fix the relationship that is barely holding on by a thread. When in reality, if you have the awareness to understand the capacity of what a child does, not only to your relationship, but the requirements of that child, it only breaks you further apart. Yeah. And so to me, that's selfishness. That's selfishness. To me, that's saying, hey, we shouldn't be together, but let's try to bring in a human life in hopes it fixes that. And then we're still going to have, our relationship is still going to be in some shambles, and we're going to split up. And now that child has to live through all of that mess and chaos. Just some food for thought.
I do not want children. I have never wanted children. So here are more reasons why I think having a child would make me hate my life.
So she goes on for over 4 minutes talking about all the reasons that she doesn't want to ever have children. And they're basically all very, very selfish reasons. I don't want to have to destroy my body. I don't want to have to give any of my time or energy to them when I'm tired. I want to do what I want all the time. And I never want to have to do what somebody else wants. Being selfish is not ever something we should be proud of or brag about on the internet. These women and people like her are not considering what they're going to feel like when they're 60, 70, 80 years old. And they're going to be a point in the future where they will probably have some regret about that. Maybe they won't, but I think there's a good chance of it. And also, ending up alone in your old age is a very, very sad and lonely state of life. And I don't think she's thinking about that. Hopefully, it's just her youth talking, and as she matures, she will find that desire and be a really good mom.
Ew. Gil, get a hobby. How are we still having this conversation in 2025? Let this be the year it dies. I just find it ironic calling somebody selfish, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. It's your life. You should live it the way you want to. When your one and only reason you can come up with for having kids is, oh, I don't want to be lonely when I'm old. What, is that not selfish too? You're having a kid because you want a little friend to keep you company in 60 years. How does that make any sense? There's no mention of, I'd love to raise a child. I'd love to see them grow up. La la la. It's always, I don't want to be by myself. oh, that sounds a little bit selfish. And it's just daft as well, because there's no guarantee your kid is going to be there for you when you are in your old age. They might not like you. They might go no contact. They might move to a different country and not be able to travel to you. They might die. You might die. You can build a community with other people. It doesn't just have to be the ones that you've birthed. Also, I'm starting to think these people hate kids, because why are you trying to encourage somebody who's actively saying, I don't want to be a parent, to do it anyway? Do you want these kids to be miserable? You want them to grow up in a home where they weren't wanted? How does that make any sense? I'm sure that'll be great for their development in their older years. And I can't help but feel like it is extremely patronizing to think, oh, maybe that's just the youth talking. She'll grow out of it and realize she should be a mother. being a parent doesn't equal a gateway to maturity. You know, that comes from so many other life experiences and just your general personality itself. These videos are just so strange. Like, she doesn't know this woman, and she's like, oh, you should grow up and be a good mom. Sounds a bit like a cult, you know? Maybe we just do what we want to do. I don't know.
The Childfree by Choice woman was giving us reason why she does not want to have a child, because she feel like having a child is going to ruin her life. I feel like we've done that video. I don't understand why you see that video as a mom and the next thing is you're coming for her and saying that she's being selfish. Let her be selfish. Yes, if being selfish is choosing yourself, understanding the fact that having a child is going to change your body, let her be selfish, because whatever she said in that video was not wrong. Is having a child not going to change your body? Is it not going to? Who has ever had a child that their body did not change? Your body is going to change. You're not going to have time for yourself. And she was like, she doesn't want to be taking care of a child when she's tired. She wants to have the day to herself, which is normal. Like, when you realize that having a child is going to take all your time, you see mothers that are stressed. They are stressed, they are tired. They just wish they can just have a day off. Just a day. In fact, some of them just wish they can just have like 1 hour off away from those kids so that they can breathe. Because when you have a child, you don't have time. Before you can see a mom that has time for herself, have time for her children, she has a lot of helps that is taking care of her or taking care of the children. Like, she has a village. So before you can have time for yourself when you have children, it takes a lot. So of course, if you're someone that have understood what it means to have a child and you've said that to say, okay, I cannot, be angry or I'm trying to be shining my teeth when I'm angry with my children. Like, you know that you want to just come home and rest and sleep after a long day. Don't have children. If I don't even have a man in your house, don't have children, especially. Having a child changes so many things. And she also went as far as saying that, oh, what's going to happen to you? Or women like this do not think about when they are 60, when they are 70. Who told you you're going to get to 60? Who told you you're going to get to 70? And I agree, one of the creators was like, when you're 60 or 70, are you going to be thinking about, oh my God, I wish I had children? You might not even remember or think about it. And even the people that have children, and many of them, their children are with them at old age. And many of them are still in contact with their children. Most children, and many of them even still have the children. In fact, your child might even die before you. Like, you don't even know what's going to happen. So why is that a guarantee that when I'm old, my children are going to be with me? And I feel like most mothers they do these things intentionally. They kind of have more children because they already know that, okay, one way or the other, some of them might die before me. So let me just keep having so that I can have options of people that take care of me when I'm old. That is selfish reason. That is the greatest selfish reason ever. So if you are looking at a woman that have realized that these are the things mothers do that I don't want to do for myself, and I choose not to do this thing for myself, and you are sitting there and saying that it's selfish reason, or think about when you are old, you are miserable. I just feel like mothers like this are miserable and they're just projecting. I feel like they wish they can have that life. I feel like they wish they can have the life that child-free by choice women are having. And that is why once they see you enjoying yourself, posting, you being child-free, living the life, traveling, acquiring education, doing things that makes you happy for you, it pisses them off. They're like, how dare you? You guys, what is your take on this video? Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Sugar Mara Davids, and thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye.